The topic of our management course on Learn for Business this time is the unhealthy competition created among employees by managers. This is a common management mistake. You have probably observed this situation yourself, which we encounter in many workplaces, whether small or large. It is observed that some bosses and managers, either consciously or unconsciously, misjudge the contribution of competition to work performance and therefore support an unhealthy competitive environment among employees. Moreover, they do this proudly, as if it were a good management practice. This approach is quite common in the modern business world, but at the same time, it is an extremely harmful practice. Because this kind of management approach causes employees to position themselves against each other and even engage in behaviors that hinder each other's success, instead of channeling their energy toward the company's common goals. So, what other harms can this unhealthy competition cause? When you ask that, the consequences of this approach can be quite devastating. We can summarize these devastating consequences for companies in a few points. First of all, it leads to a deviation from the main objectives. Instead of focusing on the company's strategic goals, employees get caught up in internal conflicts, which results in a loss of collaboration. The team spirit that should exist among employees is replaced by individual interests. There is an erosion of trust. The foundation of trust and respect among employees is shaken. It leads to a decrease in productivity. Because energy is spent on conflicts instead of constructive work, the necessary tasks are not done as they should be, or cannot be done at all. It causes a loss of talent. After a certain point, valuable employees may want to distance themselves from this toxic environment. This will also lead to a loss of talent in the company. What is the true role of effective leadership? When we asked ourselves this question, the core responsibility of a truly effective manager or leader is something entirely different. According to the modern understanding of leadership, we can summarize a leader's main duties in a few key points. These include: the leader's job is to discover individual strengths. A leader should identify each employee's unique talents and strengths. The leader's job is to create synergy. A leader or manager must activate the collective power that emerges when people with different skills come together. The leader's job is to establish a shared vision. The leader should set clear and inspiring goals that guide the entire team toward the same objective. The leader's job is to build a culture of collaboration. The leader should create an environment where employees support each other's success. This approach is not just theoretical, but also a fact supported by scientific research. Studies on multiple intelligence theory and team dynamics show that the synergy created when different perspectives come together produces results far greater than the sum of individual performances. Of course, let's call constructive competition a fine line here. Of course, competition among employees is not an entirely negative concept. A healthy and constructive sense of competition, which we might call friendly rivalry, can actually be quite beneficial for both individual development and organizational success. Some characteristics of this healthy competition are that it does not undermine mutual respect, encourages learning and development, strengthens team spirit, serves common goals, and upholds ethical values. Conclusion. Conclusion. In conclusion, organizations that want to succeed in the business world of the 21st century should abandon traditional approaches that pit employees against each other and instead build a culture based on collaboration, respect, and shared success. This not only genuinely creates a more humane and supportive work environment for everyone, but it is also truly the fundamental key to achieving sustainable business success and long-term prosperity.